If you're a real estate investor, then you know real estate has lots of great tax benefits. And today we're going to talk about 4 benefits that have been enhanced or expanded with the One Big Beautiful Bill that was just passed by Congress recently here in July. So the first big benefit that you're going to receive as an investor is bonus depreciation. Now, this was really big in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act and was used widely until it was started to be limited during the phase-out years of 21 through 2025. Well, it's back, it's 100%, and it's permanent. So there's no phase-out. You as an investor can go buy a property, do a cost segregation study on it, and receive a deduction for all the shorter term life of the property, which can be anywhere between 20 and 40% of the property purchase as a deduction for your other passive income. Now, if you're a real estate professional, that deduction has more value because it can counteract other active income as well, but that's a subject for another video. So the second benefit is the Section 199A, which is the 20% deduction that small businesses get on their taxes just off of their business income. So this had been in effect, but it was actually due to expire unless it was reinstated. And it was one of those things that was debated for being put out, but thankfully it was saved, reinstated, and made so that business owners can benefit from that 20% deduction on their business income. And this is relevant for real estate investors because a lot of investors use LLCs, S-corps, and that type of entity in order to structure their investments. So it could be a very beneficial deduction for a lot of investors as well. The third benefit is the SALT deduction. Now, this is for any individual, a deduction that previously had been limited to $10,000, and SALT stands for state and local taxes that you're paying for income, as well as your property, real estate taxes, and so forth. So for people who live in high income states or have really high property taxes, being limited to $10,000 was like a big deal because no longer can they take the deduction or that they should be entitled to because they're already paying taxes on the stuff they're paying taxes on, which really doesn't seem fair. But at the end of the day, they were able to raise it to $40,000, so that's much more significant. So if you're paying a lot of real estate taxes or state taxes, this is going to be a big deduction for you as well. So the fourth thing is an expanded opportunity zone. And opportunity zones, man, they realized were awesome. So they were already in place before, but there was a few things within them that they realized could be done better. So one of those things was that they had specific year time frames as far as if you had a capital gain and you wanted to go reinvest that in an opportunity zone. Some of the benefit was cut off at like 22 and then some more at 24. So now they've put it on a rolling 5-year basis. So if you have a capital gain, you go invest it into an opportunity zone that's now on a rolling 5-year basis instead of specific years. So it's going to expand the availability and options for a lot more investors to invest in opportunity zones. And another thing they realized with opportunity zones is the fact that they're working great and they're bringing lots of dollars into cities and denser areas, but there's a lot of rural communities that could really benefit from opportunity zones that weren't getting the attention. So what they did was they reduced the amount that you have to invest in a rural opportunity zone in order to allow more flexibility for the rural and attract more capital to those rural zones. So this means that if you were going to buy a $100,000 property, the rules would say you have to invest another $100,000, so 100% of whatever you bought the property for, you have to invest in improving the property. So this doesn't work if you're just like, hey, I want to buy a passive dollar general investment in an opportunity zone. That doesn't get you what you need because you have to invest the same amount that for the property you purchased into renovating and rehabilitating the property. So if you go buy a property in a rural opportunity zone, then you would only have to invest $50,000 instead of $100,000 into that property, which makes it more attainable for you, and of course still benefits that community tremendously. So that was one significant change that they did in order to attract more capital in different areas. And they will change the zones. They're not going to stay stagnant. They're going to allow the governors in order to change those zones so that it can be kind of allocated in different areas and not just stuck in one place that gets all the attention and credit. So those are 4 different things that are going to benefit and increase the availability of capital for investors. So I hope those will bring you a lot of extra savings. And if this video brought you some value, please like, comment, share. And if you're looking for investments within Pennsylvania or Maryland, please reach out to us. We're happy to help.